doing the perfect holiday curls. I was sent some hair from a company by the name of Ali Sky, and it came in this really nice packaging here. They also sent me some flexi rods. I don't know if I'll be able to use these for this look because the hair is so long. Obviously they sent over some straight hair. They also sent me some rubber bands and some lashes. I'll have all of the details on this hair, the lengths and all that, listed in the description box. But again, this is straight hair. I went ahead and made a quick weave wig using the hot glue gun, which I do pretty often. I was supposed to film this video for you guys yesterday, but I was out of my foam wrap, which you guys know is like a holy grail of how I go ahead and lay my hair. So the one flat iron that I did not have was a 1.5 inch. I wanted the hot and gold brand, but I had to go with the Hot Tools brand because I went to Sally's to pick this up and they didn't have the hot and gold one, which is fine. This one goes up to 450 degrees. I'm pretty familiar with these types of barrels. They're 24 karat gold barrels. So I'm going to go ahead and heat this up. This closure is a 4x4 closure and it was a middle part. So I did not bleach the knots because when you get a middle part or a 2-part or a 3-part, usually like where the parting is, there are no knots. So you really don't have to bleach the knots, which is a benefit of getting a pre-parted closure or frontal. I'm not going to hold you guys up. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I might speed it up. I might not. I'm not sure yet, but let's just get started. So we're going to start with our foam wrap. I'm using the one from Care and so far I really like it. This is my first time using it, and pretty much I just put a nice amount of that on the perimeter of my head. I lay it down with a brush, and then I use the heat from the flat iron to kind of lay it down. This is kind of one of my favorite ways to make that look really salon ready. You can also use like a hot comb to do that as well. This was just an easier method than a hot comb for me, and it kind of gets rid of the flyaways as well, which is why I like it more than using the hot comb. Now I'm going to take my Mary's Edge Control and just lay down some baby hair. I kind of like my closures, even though this is a 4x4, to kind of look like a frontal by adding the baby hair. Also, when you're making curls, I feel like they always look so much better when you have layers in the hair. That way it doesn't look one-dimensional, because when you do curls and the hair is all one length or close to being all one length, your curls will look more like Shirley Temple curls, but the look we're going for today is more like Farrah Fawcett curls or Kardashian curls, where they're not just long single, curls. So here I'm going to take my Ion Heat Protectant. I ended up really loving this one because it gave the hair a nice shine, as you kind of seen. I cut that clip kind of short, but you kind of seen how it added a little bit of a sheen. It didn't add any sticky feeling or film on the hair. I really love this heat protectant. Now I'm going to go ahead and section the hair off. I sectioned it down the very center and put the other side in a ponytail holder, and then I'm going to take half of the hair and put it up, and then I'm going to work on the bottom section first. I'm going to take a little bit of my Sebastian Shapers, and I'm just going to go ahead with the flat iron. I really don't know how to explain how to curl hair. Hopefully you guys can follow along and see for yourself what I'm doing. But basically, and you can see my first curl there. But basically, I'm just going to take a piece of hair, add a little bit of the holding spray. I brush the hair to smooth it out, and then I place the flat iron at the top of the hair and kind of worked it down to the end. And once it gets down to the end, as you see, I work it down to the end and then just curl away from my face. I let the curl, or the flat iron, curling iron actually, stay on the hair for about 30 seconds to make sure that it gets hot enough so that the curl stays. Flexi rods or pin curls are an awesome way to make these curls stay, because you will see that when I go to the opposite side and curl that hair, when I come back to this side, these curls are gonna fall, and it's kind of because the hair is freshly washed, and as well the flat iron is fairly new, so that basically when the hair gets a little bit older, or there's a lot more natural oils in the hair, you will find that your hair or your press and your curls will stay a little bit better. But to combat that, when you have like a fresh wash and you want to get some good curls, use pin curls. After each curl, roll it back up in the shape that it's formed, and basically place a pin. I will be showing you guys how to do that in a coming tutorial. So we're going to work on the top half of that section. With these curls, it's okay if they're not exactly the same length. You kind of just want to make sure there are some layers in there, which is what I was lacking right here. Like there should be some layers right here, which I'm going to fix after the fact. Just bring it down and then curl it back up. And if you don't want to bring it down, you just start from the base and curl and roll down at the same time. And as you can see, I'm kind of running my mouth gossiping with Bay. He just came home from work and the kids are asleep. But basically we're going to do the same concept on the opposite side, and then you're going to see me come back on this side and kind of fix it. Hopefully watching me curl my hair can kind of show you and kind of give you an idea of how to do it yourself. Also practice. Practice makes perfect. Some people will not drag the curling iron down first. They'll just go ahead and immediately start curling. This way is just out of habit the way I do it. Maybe next time I'll show you how to do it, you know, different ways to see what works best for you. But we're almost done with this side. And this side, as you can see, this is where I kind of added some layers to the hair, and it's kind of helped that Farrah Fawcett look in the front. And we're pretty much done on this side, but as you can see, the curls did not hold as well as I would like them to. Like I said before, I hold the curling iron on the hair for about 30 seconds after I roll or curl the hair up. And I did use the holding spray on all sections. It's just that I needed to go back one more time and, you know, make it right. So I'm going to speed through this side so that you guys can watch along, and then I'll be back with my thoughts on this hair. And that's pretty much how you do that. You guys did see on camera that I have to go back and redo this side. Usually I find that when I get a new flat iron, it kind of has to be broken in. Sometimes it's almost like you got to burn something on it for it to really hold the curl, especially because this hair is freshly done. I feel like the hair has to be dirty, or the flat iron has to be like broken in, if that makes any sense, for you to get the curls right. So after I did this side and then I went to this side, it kind of was really hot and really ready. I was able to go back to this side and fix it. Of course I gotta go ahead and break the curls apart, but I kind of like to just let them fall on their own. I did go ahead and use my Sebastian Shapers Plus. It's a holding spray. They have the regular Sebastian Shapers, and then they have the Plus, which has a little bit extra of a hold. The more you put, the more your hair obviously will hold. And if your hair is like old, like if you have a press first and then a few days later you decide to curl it, you won't need as much. But if your hair is freshly like straightened, then you may find that you may need a little bit more of a holding spray, just in my experience. And then also I used this heat protecting smoothing spray from Ion. This is my first time trying it. If I'm honest, I don't use heat protectants as much, but I bought one because I need to start. It's much better for your hair, especially your natural hair, but even with your extensions. If you have a sew-in or a wig and you want to preserve it for like months and months and months, especially if you plan on putting heat in it often, I highly recommend that you use a heat protectant that will help you to keep the style and to protect the hair so that it doesn't get damaged and all that good stuff. So saying the heat protectant will definitely help your hair to revert if you have hair that is like body wave or curly or something like that, and you want to preserve the natural texture of the hair. Always use a heat protectant. This one came from Ion and I really liked it. I typically go for the one by Tresemme, and my only thing about that one, I feel like when I put it on, it adds like a sticky film. With this one, I probably would buy this again in a larger bottle, because when I put it on, I did not need my shine spray. You guys know I always use my Care Silk and Sheen. And this, instead of giving me a sticky film, it actually gave me a nice shine, but it was a weightless shine, not like heavy oil or something like that. But it didn't give me a sticky feeling at all. So I kind of restored my faith in heat protectants, because like I said, I always use the Tresemme, which is very popular amongst us YouTubers. But I always find that it just, when you spray it on and you touch the hair, it's kind of sticky, like it adds a coat and it doesn't really add a shine. So this one I would give 5 thumbs up, or 4 thumbs up. How do you say it? 2 thumbs up? So this one I would give 2 thumbs up, because it definitely does a great job, and it says it's vegan and paraben free if you care about that kind of stuff. I seen with the perimeter of my hair, it was a little bit frizzy. I went ahead and added the Care what is this called? Foam Wrap Set Lotion, and this definitely was a good one. I feel like with the foam lotions and the foam wraps, you can pretty much use one from any brand, but this one definitely worked good and I liked it. And then this is the remainder of the hair. Again, I am using straight hair, and I have a 20-20, 22-22 and an 18-inch 4x4 lace closure. So the closure sits like from here to here to about here, and it is a pre-parted middle part closure. So I did not have to bleach the knots. All I did was have to add the powder to the parting, because there are no knots physically along the parting, and that's the good thing about pre-parted closures. And then this is what I have left. This is one of my 18-inch bundles, I believe, and as you can see, the hair was already really nice, had a really nice sheen to it. I did co-wash the hair before I made the wig. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I can kind of pull the curls out a little bit. I don't like to pull my curls out. I like to just curl it and go and let them fall out as they may be. And then tonight I'll just wrap it, or not wrap it, but use some flexi rods, like 6 flexi rods, to kind of preserve the style. And that way the flexi rods overnight will give it a better curl. Let me know if you guys want to see a tutorial on how I use the flexi rods. Maybe I'll do that in the coming days. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Ali Sky, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.